Congratulations on winning American Song Contest. This
Thank
has
you.
been a year-long process for you. When you look back at this experience, what will you remember most?
Oh goodness. I mean, there's so many memorable experience to pull from this. It's really hard to just pinpoint one, but honestly, I think if anything, it was the day that we all met each other for the first episode, getting to meet everybody, meet all these wonderful artists, and then same thing for semis, and then same thing for finals. Because some of us didn't get to see each other until the semifinals happened or the finals happened. So, I walked in meeting these incredible artists, but then I came out of the show with so many incredible friends as well.
Not only were you one of the top songs voted by the jury, but your fans really pushed you over the edge. If you could share a message with them, what would it be?
Absolutely. I would just first and foremost love to say thank you for the unwavering support that you have shown me, whether you are a newfound fan that found me through American Song Contest or whether you've been with me since my debut or before as an AI trooper. Just thank you for so much. Thank you so much for all the positivity and the love and just overall just sense of community that you guys share together. It really lifts my spirits.
What I really appreciate about you is that every time that you stepped onto that stage, you brought new dynamics and built on that last performance. What was that creative process like for you heading into each round? And was it a challenge to find new ways to elevate that creative?
I mean, fortunately, the creative team that we were working with, they're absolute performance and stage geniuses. So even before the show even began, they're like, okay, what can we do to kind of bring this to the next level to really give that wow factor? So of course we incorporated the really cool rope work and everything. And then we graciously passed on to semifinals. And of course we knew we had to up the ante. And it's like, okay, what if we did some aerial work? They always love to recommend these incredible like challenges that I love to overcome. So I'm really grateful that they had this faith and trust in me to do so. And then for the finals, they're like, she's the Red Queen now. What if we incorporate a throne, but suspended in midair? Why not? But I'm just really grateful to be working with these creative people that were so open to our ideas and we could bounce back and forth with each other. It was just a really fun process to create every single stage.
You shared this moment with your family and your team. What was it like getting to celebrate last night, and how did they keep you calm while they were revealing all the jury and America's vote?
I mean, if I'm going to be frank, I think my mother and father were a bit more nervous than I was, even because my mother was on my left and my father was on my right. And as the jury votes began to happen, we were all holding hands together. And I felt my mom just anxiously just shaking against me. She just like, come on, come on, come on. And everything was just such an emotional process leading up to all the jury votes being revealed, up to the televotes being revealed. And it was just a lot of crying, but a lot of happiness and hearts full of gratitude and joy. It was just very redundant, but a momentous moment, if you will.
What I've loved about this show is that it's shown the diversity in each state. When you think of Oklahoma, you don't necessarily think of K-pop, but we will now because of you. What has it meant to you to show a different side of your home state?
Oh man, I mean, first and foremost, being able to represent my home state of Oklahoma, where I was born and raised for 21 years of my life, some of the most formative years of my life. I am so grateful. I mean, even getting the chance to go back to film my little pre-show opening before the qualifying round to see all my old high school teachers, see all my friends and family and everybody from Oklahoma again. It was just such a heartwarming opportunity. And so being able to win this for Oklahoma and show that it's multifaceted, it's not just one genre or one music style that you think it is. It just makes me so happy to show that this is what we have to offer, and that Asian Americans also come from Oklahoma, and this is what we're capable of.
Yeah, speaking of Asian Americans, it's AAPI month. Who are some of the people in your community who have shaped the artist and person that you are today?
Oh man, well, as a K-pop artist, I look up to so many of my respected seniors, but if I had to name two, I really, really look up to the soloist Hyuna. She is absolutely incredible. I adore everything she does. And then I really look up to Taemin from Shiny. He is an incredible performer, dancer, just all rounder, and those two really are just my role models in the industry.
You were talking about the artists that you met on the show, and I know you would love to collaborate with all of them. Who's on the top of your list?
Oh man, they're honestly way too many to count because like when we've just been like, with each other, we've been joking like, hey, what if we wrote a song together? Hey, when's our collab coming out? But it's so hard to choose, honestly. But it was so heartwarming because after everything happened last night, everyone was like, hey, if you're ever in our state, hit us up. And I said, hey, if you're ever in Korea, hit me up. So who's to say what can come forward from this?
You've said in other interviews that you've grown a lot from this experience. What would you say is the biggest lesson that you've learned that you're now going to apply to your career moving forward?
Oh boy. Man, I think, man, this is a heavy question. I'm not going to get emotional with this one, but I think throughout this journey, I've just been able to, be more comfortable in my skin. I guess, present myself as AleXa the artist, but AleXa the person as well on stage, and just, try to show and represent what I believe in and what I feel truly drives, people like us, Asian Americans moving forward in America. I just really hope to be that kind of source of strength and encouragement for us to move forward and move up.
Well said. And 8 weeks ago, you kicked off this competition and you closed out the show as well. When you look back at AleXa 8 weeks ago, did anything surprise you about this journey?
Oh, yes, there were very many surprises. I mean, I overall, you can never be too sure how the results are going to be because, yes, there are fan votes, but also it is the jury and everything, and you never know how things weigh in. I was so nervous every single time that there was a vote reveal. Like, I was saying my prayers, I was just hoping and wishing so hard. So, every time I have the opportunity to pass on to the next round, it was a large surprise. And last night was the biggest surprise of my life and a very unforgettable experience overall.
Completely well deserved. I've got one final question for you. What's next for the AleXa verse?
Oh, what's next? What's next? Well, in these oncoming days, I do have some fan signs planned for LA and Las Vegas, I believe. But even moving forward after that, I really hope to tour eventually and just do everything that we can to see the fans in person and overall just, show the gratitude that we have for everybody that's been supporting me throughout my career and on this show.